Hello, Todd Prophet here again, and this is for Digital Tools 2. I'm going to do a series on different apps for different areas of design tech. And first I want to start with this stage management. I started there because there are more stage managers in the class than there were anything else, and actually found a little more than I was expecting. I started looking through different apps, and then as I was doing that, I stumbled across this article that you see right here from liveabout.com. It's the top 10 apps for stage management, and it was a 2018 app. Found some stuff that actually isn't available anymore, but for the most part it is. We'll start with the Barbizon app. That's their number one choice, and let's go to the iPad real quick. Barbizon app has been around for a while, and it's one of my favorite apps. I first discovered it in paper form at the conference. Barbizon gives these away, and I'm sure you can get them in their stores as well. But they ended up making a digital version, and the first digital version was literally a copy of the paper version. But what they did was they then, over the years, have enhanced it and made it a lot better. So the handbook that you see here was what sort of was in the original format, and they've gone through and, like I said, made it a really good digital one. It's mostly got a lot of lighting stuff. That's what they deal a lot with. But it's also got things like, down at the bottom we have knots. You have 3 quick knots if you want to learn those. On top of that, it also has tools. It has beam calculators, gel things and stuff like that, power formulas. But it's just a good reference app, and I understand why they're recommending it for this. All right, the next one is ESET. I'm not going to go into that one, but that's one that actually is put out by USITT now. It's great for terminology and translating terminology, because we use different terminology all over the US for the same things. It's a handy thing to have to say, oh, what do they mean by this? And it goes along with the ESET certificates that they give out. If you want more information on that, go to usitt.org. Genlux, I'm not going to go into that one. It's all about gear. It's one I looked at a few years ago, but a lot about rentals and things like that, where you can find different vendors. So if you're someone on the road, it's one you're going to want to look at. Pocket Call Sheet. I don't believe I couldn't find that anymore. Or no, hold on. I did find it. Hold on one second. Let me just switch apps real quick. Switch to the other screen real quick. So Pocket Call Sheet, literally for signing in and signing out. It's $6. Like I said, I haven't played with it much, but call sheets are definitely an area in which it would be great if stage managers had a way to automate that and not have to build them from scratch every single day. Rehearsal 2 is no longer it's no longer what it used to be. It's now Rehearsals Pro, and here's that. Again, it's for script management is what it seems to be. Its main thing is for, but allows you to get in there and not only do different break the scripts down by lines, allows you to do some highlighting and some annotation to a script. And it looks like it's got a few more functions other than that, but I just haven't had time to play with that very much. The challenge with it was, because it's a pro, I downloaded it and opened it, and it didn't. There wasn't a lot I could do with it, and I found that that's something that I had to deal with a lot. Now, Show Tool SM I've had for a long time, and let me just go to it real quick. Go to Stage Management Apps. You go to Show Tool SM. Now, I just went in and threw in a quick test show real quick. One of the cool things about this is it allows you to do a few things. It allows you to make checklists for a show. It allows you to get different times for show, different timings for different acts and things like that. It's also great for a mark. When it says marks, it actually means spike marks. So you can go in and notate where spike marks are and when they're used. You can track props with this program, and checks are just different checkoff sheets that you can put in and give to you or your assistants, so they can check pre-show checklists and stuff like that. So, but sorry, clicking on the wrong place. But here's where you can look at the marks. You can edit your props and things like that, and then it's got a timer which you can use to set times on different acts and things like that. So Show Tool SM is one I've recommended for years. Okay. Stagehand or Stagehand Pro is a it's another app for it's an app for Android. It's very similar. It's a lighting app, and it's pretty. Now I have this as Stagehand is the one that I've got a version. I'm not sure if you'll actually be able to see that. Last time I actually tried to cast to the computer, it crashed this thing pretty good, so I'm not going to try to do that again. Again, it's mostly lighting stuff, but it's an Android option, similar to Barbizon. By the way, Barbizon is on Android as well. Okay, so let's go back to that list. The next one that it shows is StageRight. Now, this one I did download, and I called it up on my thing, but again, there's not much you can do with the unpaid version. And the reason I bring StageRight up is it is expensive. I was going to say terribly expensive, but it's not, depending on how you use it and who you use it for. The reason why I think it's good to look at is because of so many places that are using it. A lot of big Broadway shows are using it. I actually got to sit in on a tech for a Broadway musical out of town. Unfortunately, I can't say which one because I had to sign a non-disclosure agreement. But they had it. I saw the swing setting up in the balcony, which is where we were sitting, and they had the StageRight app out, and they had an iPad they passed around, and then you'd see them go down on stage, and they were reworking some fight calls, and I happened to know the fight choreographer, and he told me that it was, or the assistant fight choreographer, and he told me that it was StageRight is what they were using to keep all the blocking, and it's been around for a while. Okay, so the next one on the list was Technical Theater Assistant and Theater Blocking. I can't find those apps. I don't think they're actually out there anymore. I found another site that actually had links to them and didn't find that they were that useful. Okay, so let's go ahead and move into some other apps real quick. Play scripts are one of the biggest segments for different apps. I want to show you real quick. I did a quick search, and Samo French, they have digital scripts, and they use Abbott. Dramatists, you can actually get things to them, and they use Adobe Digital for their digital scripts. And then I did a search of MTI and Production Pro. This was another one that I came across. I really like Production Pro because it not only breaks down a script, you can get scripts from the right services, or you can import your own. What was really cool about this one is it allows you to track. You can actually put video segments in that go along with the script, so it sort of tracks it out like a score. I thought that was pretty clever. But as you scroll down, the price is what is another factor for a lot of people using it. But it is being used, and but it is $199 a show or $500 for a Broadway show. That does get you. I think I read somewhere it gets you something like 99 uses, so a lot of different people get to use it. But it is a little more pricey than maybe some others. Okay, so as we start to look at those, I'm trying to look for other Q list. QueueView is another script one in which you can go in and you can actually annotate stuff. You can add different marks. You can add write different things in here, but you can actually go in and start to mark up a script. And I don't remember off the top of my head how much this one was, but it was fairly inexpensive. I mean, I know it is because I bought it. And I tend, on apps that I'm not going to use regularly, I don't spend more than $5 on. So that was one Q app or one script app. Sorry, let me go back real quick just so you can see what its name is. Stage Pro is another one, and you can go in and set up a cast and crew. You can do to-do lists. You can have meeting notes. This one's a pretty hefty app, and I apologize because I cannot remember how much this one costs. I think this one has, you also need to sign into, and it has a subscription fee. But the cool thing is the free version lets you go in and start to play with it a little bit, and I'm just going to click on this. So it just loaded in the importance of being earnest for us, and so they've got blocking in here. I mean, this is a pretty robust program. But okay, so that was Stage Pro. Let's just go through and look at some other apps that we've got downloaded right now. Stage Manager Stopwatch. Stopwatches are, I showed you the one earlier. Show Tools has a stopwatch. Stage Manager Stopwatch is $3. And it's specifically made for stage managers, letting you do acts and just keeping running times and then tracking those times throughout rehearsal. Okay, Stage Cue Remote was one that I wanted to show you real quick. This is for to do a cue light system digitally, and this is the remote that you buy that you place all over the place. But there's another version by the same person. Let me just, hopefully we can click here. Yeah, there's Stage Cue 8-channel, where you can actually go in and have eight different channels, and those will go out to those smaller versions, and you can essentially set it up so you have lights and sound on something, or if you place little iPods or something all over the stage, you could use it to as a cue light system. Okay. Another version of that is Cue Light System Console, same sort of ideal. This one's $6, and both seem like a handy app. Make sure you really read the reviews on these. Okay, here's the other one I was looking for, was line notes for stage managers. I really like this one. It's $40 though, but you can put a PDF script in, and then you can highlight the notes, or you can put a script in. I'm not sure if you have to type it in or not, but you highlight the notes, and then they have another app that's like $2 that you give to your cast and your crew, your cast, and you just send them line notes immediately. And I think it also exports them maybe an email or exports them in a Word doc that you can email out. But it's a way you just highlight, mark which actor said it or said it wrong, and it sends it all out to them at the end of the night. They have a third app that also lets you send it out to, maybe I'm thinking of the wrong one. This is line notes for actors. There was another program that had one just for casting for crew as well, but I thought that was pretty handy. Choreo is another blocking app made specifically for blocking. I mean, obviously choreography as well, but allows you to track your blocking digitally as opposed to any other way. All right, the last one I want to show you, I think I'm just going to double check and make sure, but was QueueView. Now, QueueView is one that it's for the Mac. It's not for an iPad or anything like that, but what I found fascinating about it is it allows you to watch your QLab cue list and your EOS cue list, which is your lighting console and your sound playback program, both at the same time in the same screen. I'm going to caution you though, one of the things, the only review that it has talks about the fact that it's not updated for OS 10.15, and when I tried to find the website, there was no longer a website, so I would say use this with a caution. But I love the idea of being able to watch your QLab list and your EOS cue list both at the same time. There are other ways you can do that. You can download the EOS IRFR app. The classic version will actually show you what cue you're in, and then there's also there's plenty of QLab viewers out there as well. It would just be a matter of split screening it on your iPad or your iPhone. But the thing about this is it just put it all in one app, and I kind of thought that was kind of a slick solution. So, all right, let me just look and make sure that there weren't any that I had forgotten to talk about. I don't think there were. Oh, Scriptation was another app that I found. This is another script app. I found an article that said the two, or maybe even the two sort of pro apps in this category were StageRight, which I told you before, and then this one here. And again, its name is Scriptation. Okay, and I downloaded this, and it gives me a sample script here that I can look at, and it's got it all typed in. But one of the really cool things that you can do is, if I go back here to the beginning and I click on actors, I can turn on and off the highlighting of certain actors. So not only for stage managers, but also actors too, trying to learn their lines, having the ability to turn those things on and off are really great. But it also allows you to add in, different notations and highlights of your own. And there is a pro version of this, obviously, that gives you even more functionality. All right, that was sort of everything I found. Hope this helps. Thanks.